Hi everybody! If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. Guys, the vibe is here today, okay? I feel like my outfit is on point, my hair is on point, my lashes are giving me a fucking hard time though. I'm really chaotic right now, but today's recommendation video is one that I've been waiting for since literally last spooky season. I don't know, definitely since August. I've been collecting this list actually since before August, and I am so excited! This is one of my favorite spooky season tropes, I guess. One of my favorite books to read this time of year. So I'm going to be recommending you guys some gothic romances today. I just feel like gothic romances are on a different level, okay? The vibes that these guys have, like, I literally can't say it enough. These vibes are just different. I really, really love when a book has, like, gothic something in it. Like, it's near a castle that's, like, haunted. It's in a town that's creepy and also haunted. A lot of these are haunted, but just, like, really gothic. And I don't know what it is, guys, but I love it so much. It hits all the time, no matter what. So today we're gonna be talking about my favorite ones of those. I have 7 recommendations for you. I was looking for a little bit more, but I had more on the list, but like I never do a recommendation video unless I think my list is perfect. Even if that means I have to cut it down a few books, I just really need those recommendations to be spot on. So anyway, let's get into the video now. As you can tell, I'm like so hyped for this. I'm really jumpy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you love some Halloween romances like me. To me, this is like the beginning of my recommendations. Even though they've been going on for like a few weeks, this is the beginning, and then it starts getting better. Like, this is level 1. Next video will be level 2, level 3, and then it might be one more. We will see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let's get into the recommendations now. I'm so excited. So we're gonna have 2 Emma Jones recommendations in here. Who's surprised? She's the queen of dark romance and always gives those gothic vibes. But the 2 that I think are the most gothic of hers will be on this list, starting with the Midnight Mayhem series. I know a lot of people will be like, Elite Kings Club, Elite Kings Club. No, babe. Midnight Mayhem. It's my favorite. It's, to me, like a little bit better, like 0.5 stars better, and it's definitely more gothic. So this is a companion novel series. This is the first one, and I have the next few right there. But basically, the setup of this is they are in a traveling carnival circus. But of course, it's dark romance, so it's not just a regular circus. They don't really have elephants come out or people juggling. It's just like a darker edition of a carnival or a traveling circus. And so that traveling circus, carnival thing, whatever you want to call it, is actually a secret society, and they have so many levels to them. Like, the hierarchy is crazy, the things they do are crazy, their rituals are crazy, and it follows each couple in there, and each couple is involved in some crazy shit. Some crazy shit goes down in each book. As always, all of these books have so many secrets, and because it's a 4-book series, the plot is just like crazy. It's intertwined, it's connected, it's so confusing, but it is so fun to read, and it's super gothic because their mansion, or like grounds where they mainly do all their practice before traveling, is like this kind of haunted castle and like estate. I mean, it's not too haunted. In my mind it was haunted. It was just this like really old gothic mansion and estate that the secret society had been using for a while, so it feels haunted and it feels gothic. Yeah, this one in particular, In Peace Lives Havoc, is what can I say about this without spoiling it? It's a twisty ride, let's say that. In this book, it's kind of a like hate to love kind of thing, and that's all I can say actually without going too far into spoilers. But then in the second one, you have friends to lovers, hate to love. They're kind of all hate to love. And the third one is a MMF romance, so 2 guys who are also together, and then one girl in their like throuple, I guess you would call it. I don't know why, but throuple seems like a very contemporary word. This MMF just sums it up to me. But yeah, they're all in a relationship. That's one of my favorite books in the series, if not my favorite. Probably is my favorite. Eli, Kieran, and Lilith forever. And then the last one, you have a brother's best friend romance, and all of these are kind of like obviously dark romance. You have like a biker romance for all of the brothers of Kisnich. They're all pretty messy, and they're all a wild ride, and I don't recommend you read them as standalones. You gotta start with this one, but I highly recommend you read it. All of the tropes in each book are amazing. They blend really well together, and you should read it because it's gothic and it's perfect for this season. Next up, we're gonna move on to the books that I don't have in physical form, and recently I've been pulling out my paperbacks a lot more because honestly, I got tired of editing the pictures on the screen. But also, like, I have them. Why do I not show them more often. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the other ones. We're gonna start off with Hair on Mill. I read this one back in August and it was so good. So this one is a little bit more of a wild ride. You need to go into kind of both of these last two with an open mind. This one, it's a step-sibling romance. So the heroine, who actually starts off the book in kind of an insane asylum, she's in some sort of facility for her mental health, let's just say that. And she comes back and her mom has married this really rich guy who lives in this like mansion in the middle of nowhere that's pretty haunted with all his like 6 sons. And so she goes to live with them and her mother is very like demeaning to her. They don't have a good relationship and her mother is quite honestly a bitch. And one of her stepdad's sons, so her stepbrother, takes notice of that and gets like really protective of her. She's very lost, let's just say that. So she like wanders into the woods one night and like gets lost, and then the hero has to like go find her, and he gets like very protective of her because she is quite lost, let's say that. And she's pretty naive but also not really, but anyway, he gets really protective of her and they start this like little thing where when her mom like makes fun of her, belittles her, whatever, he like stands up for her and then they like go somewhere together. And obviously from there it goes into a relationship, and it is also a very horrific, I'm gonna say, because his family are like mercenaries, killers for hire basically, and the reason why they live on that like estate mansion thing is because their facilities, I guess you would call it, are there. So she like stumbles in there one day on like a Halloween party, I think it was, or like some sort of fall party, and he's like, it's not what you think. And then she's like, well then what is it? And he's like, yeah, it is what you think. I'm not really doing a very good job of summing this one up. It's kind of hard to describe, but basically it's a step-sibling romance. It's very steamy, it's pretty quick, and it's awesome, but you do need to go into it with an open mind, kind of, like, because it is pretty quick, it's kind of novella lengthy, and some things are a little rushed, and some things won't make a ton of sense, but I just loved their chemistry together and them as a couple. It was such a good read, and I totally recommend it for being gothic. Like, it's so gothic, guys. It is also pretty horrific, if I didn't say that before. There's a lot of like graphic murder and graphic gore in this one, which surprised me, and I was like reading it like, what the fuck? But at the same time, I really did enjoy it. So that's Hair on Mill. We're gonna move on to the next one. The Ritual by Chantal Tessier. So this one is a darker college romance. The hero in this one is like over the top, okay? He's very protective. He's very much touch her and I kill you, but I don't think he actually kills someone for her. I will note that, but he's like extremely protective. Very controlling as well. Some people will not be on his team, but Riot, I was on his team. So like I said, college romance, and the college where they study at is also a secret society, and Riot is being like inducted into the secret society, and to do that he needs to have his like chosen one who will be his like wife, but basically just like a woman to stand at his side and say nothing. And so when Blakely is chosen as his chosen, she's kind of like, fuck no, I don't want to do this, but she kind of has to, and so they have this like forced proximity thing from there. He's, like I said, very controlling. He's like, no, you're my chosen one, you don't even look at another guy, we're gonna have a relationship. And she's like, get me out of here. But they go through their like ritual things for the secret society, and slowly they start to fall in love. And this one is also one that's slightly unhinged. I don't know why some of these are just like super messy, and you need to go into them all with an open mind. But anyway, it was really fun because it's very fast paced. It has a lot of gothic and secret society vibes. It's college romance if you like that, but also it's really steamy. There's like a kink list a mile long for this one. The biggest one I think being breath play or blood play. I don't remember correctly, but a lot of people will also love the hero Riot because he's very controlling, over the top, possessive, touch her and I kill you, all of that. A very fun, easy read. I will say the plot is very chaotic and you'll be like, what the fuck is going on? But it's a good what the fuck is going on. So definitely recommend this one. It's perfectly gothic for spooky season. They conduct all of the secret society rituals in this like abandoned church. You know it's good when there's an abandoned church. Next up is a novella, and that is Violent Peak by Rory Ireland. So this one is reverse harem. So she lives with her stepfather and another sibling in this house that's literally in the middle of a mountain, in the middle of nowhere basically, and she had 3 stepbrothers, but then they like disappeared one day and she never heard from them, and she was pretty close with them, so she took it pretty harshly. But then I think she gets in a bit of trouble and they like show up, and she's really pissed at them, but she can't deny that she's really attracted to them and they are her. And then basically shit hits the fan and a lot of shit just goes like whack, like absolutely like where did this come from? And basically her and her 3 stepbrothers have to like fight everybody for shit. And yeah, basically shit hits the fan. We'll just put it that way. Quite short though. I will say that I went into this thinking that it wasn't a novella, but it is, and I want to make that very clear. It's, I think, 90 pages or something, and so it's pretty fast-paced, great to check off the Halloween TBR. But I thought it was a really fun read. Very quick, very great if you're looking for a Riz harem. It was very spicy, even though it was a novella, but very fun, very gothic, because they're like literally in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of haunted and it's pretty creepy, so definitely give this a try if you're looking for a quicker read to check off the TBR. Oh my gosh, the next one, The Isle of Sin and Shadows by Carrie Lake. So I just finished this the other day. I read it for a reading vlog, and unfortunately the reading vlog will be up after this video, and that was like a scheduling error of mine. But anyway, I love this book. I will gush over this book in the vlog that is coming soon. But basically this follows Celeste, who has had a very like tumultuous past that she knows is full of like ton of trauma, but she doesn't remember all of it, and you start off kind of in the middle of that past, and it's very ominous. Now that she's older, she now lives with her uncle, who's not really like a blood uncle, but that's her only surviving family left, and once he passes, she returns to her hometown, and it's just a fucking mess. So memories start to come back to her of like the horror that she went through while she was there, and her family, and the like villains in this story. And while she's there, she starts to meet some of her family that is still alive, and from that she gets kind of tangled in the web of the hero, whose name is like Theory. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's like Thirrry. There might be an E in there somewhere, but it's like, I'm gonna say Theory for now, okay? I think that might be incorrect, but anyway. Theory is the owner of this like club that is also connected to the cartel. So honestly, if I were to sum up this book, it would be creepy southern ghost stories, cults, cartel, a murder mystery, and like thriller, and a romance that is like so electric. It kind of takes the back burner, I won't lie. For the first like 50%, it's more focused on her like past and the mystery there, and then in the last part is really focused on their relationship. But it's also a bit of a slow burn. This book is kind of long, but I had such a fun time reading it. Like, oh my god. Anyway, we're not gushing over it, we're explaining it. So yeah, definitely give this a shot if any of those sound interesting to you. I highly recommend it. I will say the reviews on this, actually the reviews on this one aren't too bad, but the reviews on all of Carrie Lake's like 3 gothic romances are a little mixed. Like you'll get maybe like 60% saying this was awesome and 40% saying this was the worst book I've ever read. So take that as you will. I really enjoyed it though. This one was so fun, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a gothic romance, because like guys, the ghost stories, the haunted places she went to, like oh my god, it was awesome. Next up is Gothicana. Like how the fuck could I make this recommendation video without including Gothicana? I literally couldn't. So this is a kind of creepy college romance, and it follows Corvina, who's been kind of like separated from society for the majority of her upbringing, but her mom passes away, and so she is like, you know what, I'm gonna go to college. So she goes to this college that's kind of like in the middle of this really creepy forest, kind of separated from the town, and it's got so many stories about it. But she goes there and she's like, I'm gonna have a college experience. And I mean, she sure does, okay? She quickly learns that there's like so many mysteries and ghost stories about this place. It's like haunted and people have gone missing and it's super creepy. And then she starts to fall for one of the professors. His name is Vad, and their relationship is very steamy and pretty forbidden, and it was so perfect for the plot of like ghost stories and creepy people gone missing and all of that mystery surrounding the college. Like oh my god, this is one that made its rounds last year and made its rounds this year. This is a loved one, and I feel like it's a gothic romance cult classic. If gothic romance had like a subgenre, I don't really know, but I've literally never heard a bad review about this one. I highly recommend you give it a shot, and it's called Gothicana, so you know that it's gothic. Okay, we're gonna end it off with Antichrist by Emma Jones. This is one of her newest releases. I think it was her like second newest release, and this is another one that's pretty creepy. You have the church, you have cults, you have secret societies. It's pretty whack, and honestly I can't say too much about it without giving away spoilers. The romance itself is kind of a bit of a second chance, friends to lovers kind of thing. It is a MC romance, and there's cults, there's secret societies, like I said, and it's pretty dark. I really enjoyed it. The plot is kind of messy and kind of takes a lot of turns, but if you are just there for the vibes, I promise you'll totally get them. There's twists and turns. It's super fun. It's very gothic. Like I said, churches, cults, like secret society, you know it's gonna be there. So I highly recommend you give this one a shot, and I wish I could say more about it, but if I say more, we're going into spoilers, so I don't want to say too much, but definitely give it a shot. But yeah, that is Antichrist by Emma Jones, and that is the end of today's video. That is my list of gothic romances. So far, at least. I feel like I could have added so many more to this list, but reading spooky season books in the moment to recommend them like the next day is a bit messy for me. Like, most of my recommendations have come from September or last spooky season. It's kind of hard to be like reading them in the moment and then like recommending them the next day, which isn't too bad actually, because I read so many last year. I have a list for miles. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you are as excited as me for gothic romances, because I swear to God, they hit every time. If you have any more gothic romance recommendations, please put them down in the comments. And I wanted to let you guys know that I now have affiliate links. So those are in the description. You can find all of these books that I'm recommending if you want to purchase them right away. First up, thank you for trusting my judgment. And second, the links will be in the description there. And affiliate links mean I get a commission, so it's a great way to support me. So yeah, I'm not going to keep those around for too long, I don't think, unless everybody loves them a lot and uses them frequently. I'm not sure if I will keep them around, but anyway, that is today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye out for my vlog, which will be the next video after this one. As always, links are down in the description. You have the affiliate links, my Goodreads, my Instagram, and all of that. Thank you so much for watching. Happy spooky season reading, and I'll see you guys in my next video very soon.